Good evening, Free Enterprise. How are we all tonight? We are here for yet another bit of bracket seeds here. We are between moonblazewolf and Sorbius here. I believe this is game 2 here, with one game up on moonblazewolf. I'm Nightdew. In the comms booth with me is Alice L. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Not too bad. I mean, it's raining outside, the storms are rolling through, but, well, okay, the big storms are already gone. Otherwise, we may have had an issue here, but otherwise doing pretty well. I'm just here for another a great race, and kind of nice to be in the booth with you here tonight.
You mean rather than racing against me?
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, it's. I think you said we were going to see each other on the opposite sides. No, I mean I enjoy talking just as much as I do racing.
Yep, and we have a great race for y'all tonight with moonblazewolf and Sorbius. moonblazewolf is up one game right now, so Sorbius has got to pull a win to take this to game 3.
Yep, and right now they are going to be actually looking up on the upper right portion of the bracket, I believe here. The winner of this set will be actually looking towards the winner of Luff and Plumeria Night. I'm not going to spoil any of the results right there, but that set is still ongoing at the moment.
Yep, but right now we are about to get our runners off. We're getting them a seed, and we've got some giant objectives. Oh wait, not quite.
I mean, we wanted them to be giant objectives. Who knows? Unless we get some really kind of strange routing, no 65k for us today.
Yeah, we've got complete the Tower of Zot, complete the Vanilla Ribbon Room, burn the Village Mist, launch the Falcon, conquer the Vanilla Crystal Sword Altar, complete Cave Magnus, and defeat the Queen at the Town of Monsters. This means the moon is not haunted today.
It might be a little bit haunted, but yeah, with a couple required objectives there at least, we could still, be putting nice required key items at any of those nice places like an Ogopogo spot or, fun places like that. But yeah, it's, no giant objectives, but let's see. Let's actually do a little bit of a count here. Let's see. We're going to need 1, 2...
I was promised no math on stream.
Is counting really math, though? Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah, I think it's a quick head count about 5 to 6 key items necessary for victory here, so not a whole lot of key items going to be exactly needed.
We do have that Launch the Falcon objective, so we are hoping, or our runners are probably hoping for maybe a hook route, maybe an easy hook route. And Edward does not inspire confidence in most people.
I mean, Edward inspires confidence if that flatware does come up a little bit early, but usually a lot of them out there, it usually is, unless you're going for the really esoteric strategies, it is kind of a race to send the bard to the bench unless they really decide they want to anchor with him.
Yes, even with that spoon, Edward is a glass cannon. Which I guess if you find the glass hat makes him slightly less of a glass cannon? Glass plus glass equals less pain?
Equals plexiglass, right? Or close enough.
But both of our runners just about ready to go, and I think they are off. We'll see who our second character is.
And we are greeted with team, I believe that's 250 HP, with some cookware here. That's not a bad find there immediately. Eddie with a cane as we're off on our race here.
Now, with a pan start, do you ever try to fade Fool?
That's actually kind of, that's a lot of hedging. I'll say that a lot when they're like, when you do this, and like, there's a couple places. I mean, I would go to do my early loot here, go check my bedwards, see what I've got here. If I can definitely faithful, I'd love to, but if my party is looking a little thin, maybe needs that XP for something else, maybe I just don't like my key items at that point in time, but I would probably try to fade it as much as I could, but not so much. Eddie does come with, the crossbows not so much, but a nice stack of 20 mute arrows isn't bad.
Definitely. Mute arrows, probably one of the better arrows that you're going to find. Definitely one of the better arrows you're going to start with. And both of our runners are going to do this Eblin play. Going to try and avoid those trap chests while seeing if we can't find some better tier loot here.
I've seen an elixir and a sylph summon so far. Not exactly what our runners are looking for here. It does look like the left tower was monster chest free, so Sorbius is going to take the save there and at least lock in getting those treasures there. But Eblin, not so great pickings just yet here.
I mean, an extra star veil is always a little bit of a nice thing to find, just because you don't always start with that many star veils in your starter kits.
Yeah, I did actually see Blaze in the right tower there picking up a pair of grimoires and at least a fire sword, so at least Kane has something to swing. A drain spear is something for Eddie to throw. But I mean, if we're looking for like a Gungnir or anything like that, I'm not feeling it just yet here.
No, this castle has really not had anything to write home about. But at least with some of these items, you can sell them and buy better things.
I mean, I actually do like that, I actually do like hitting the double grimoire there, as that could be your ticket through a couple early fights, especially if you get something grouped like, you know, like just like a Kaibo Guards, Calbrenna, something that has a lot of targets, which you can kind of really just hope your grimoire just rolls something multi-target to just kind of wipe it out.
That is always the dream, to get your Indras, your Shivas, your Leviathans, your Bahamut.
I mean, I've been told by other people that it is apparently either Chocobo or Bahamut, and there is no in between.
But what about bonus Odin on an immune boss?
Well, there is that. I have been very lucky in my grimoires before and actually hit. I've actually pulled Odin versus some non-immune bosses more than a few times. I might be charmed there.
I do see a crystal ring out of the chests in the middle part of the tower. Crystal ring is a very nice piece of equipment.
Ooh, did that? I mean, to be fair, crystal ring plus a, at the least, fire sword there. Not terrible. I mean, that'll get you through a couple early checks there. Give Kane that defense just needed to kind of go forward here, as we do see Sorbius and Blaze both saying we're done with Eblin. Let's go see what Bedward has to offer here.
And for those who might be used to not seeing this check, this tournament we did turn the free key item on, so there are no boss hunts, no demists or anything. But a bandana is not the dream.
It's not bad. It's the best piece of strength enhancing headgear you're going to find here, but not exactly a magma key.
But we do see both our runners kind of taking the same route, just trying to sell everything, pick up some healing items, some J items. I see Blaze picking up a black belt. That'll be a good piece of gear for that Kane.
Yeah, the only other thing that really kind of struck out at me in that first item shop, I know it's S-Quarter and money is at a premium, but with this party, there were vampires for sale. in the first item shop there, and that is at least a potential way to get through some early checks there, as it does look like Sorbius says a black belt. I would definitely like one of those here.
Yeah, Sorbius, unintentionally getting trolled by the lady in red, decided, well, maybe I'll check the armor shop while I'm stuck here for a little while longer.
The lady in red, I'm just going to say this. My headcanon says she is definitely the daughter of the Kaipo grandma.
I could see that. And our runner's still almost in lockstep, doing this nice grouping of chests here in Damsian, but really, no, this isn't great gear.
Yeah, the best thing that came out of there was possibly that ice armor, and more for the sell value than anything at that point. But yeah, not a whole lot of great stuff there. I think the best piece of gear was on the way up as Sorbius nails a Thunderclaw in the chest there. Great tech for Yang or Edge should they find their way into the party here.
Definitely. Those Thunderclaws definitely got bumped up in price, so finding a free one, very, very nice, and it means you don't have to go looking for it in a weapon shop.
The price just keeps raising on all the things we love to have.
Turns out some of them might be good.
Yeah, interestingly enough, that crystal ring, and I believe we did see that dwarf axe come through there, but yeah, that crystal ring does at least offset the dwarf axe's agility penalty there, so Kain will be moving at normal speed with that dwarf axe, and at least gets back row for this point in time. So not a bad way to use that crystal ring there for the added defense, and to get Kain a little bit of a back row early here.
Yep. Unfortunately, oh, ew.
That's definitely you. We've got the comedy hour up here on Mount Ordeals, and is Eddie? Yep. Okay, so Sorbius gets Eddie to safety here, and plays through a Star Veil with Kain there. So Sorbius will have access to all three characters here. And oh yeah, Crystal Ring, that's immunity to who the hold gases paralyze anyway.
Now, hopefully, Golbez doesn't take out Blaze's cane because, well, that was a Star Veil on him. Otherwise, then you've got to try and throw one up very quickly.
Unfortunately, that is exactly what happened, as board AI is still absolutely present, and it is working, yes.
Hopefully, I'm not sure how quick this spot is. Agility here, well, oops, sorry, Porum.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, Eddie does get that Star Veil off, and it just takes one jump for Sorbius. I did not see if that might have been a switch back to the Fire Sword to hit Golbez's weaknesses there. But both of them do at least have a Veil up there. Does seem like Blaze wants to try to get some XP on that Kain. Do not blame him here. And just needs Golbez to play along for one spell, which looks like what happened here. And Kain is in the air. Everybody is safe. And actually, nope, does not get the forum up there, but Comedy Hour is over already here, so that was the second Soul Summon we found. Both of them adding a White Mage to their repertoire here.
And I guess if you're going to find Golbez somewhere very early when you only have 3 party members is probably the best place to find him.
I mean, I would rather he be taking a shower in the waterfall, but a giant pickup here in Antline Cave. First chest to the left, Sorbius grabs a Curse Ring.
That is a huge pickup, because 1, you don't have to try and find it in a shop, and 2, that's your anchoring situation pretty much solved for endgame.
Very much so, and speaking of anchors, that's almost exactly what it looks like Moonblaze may be doing did land in front of Fabul, is throwing some strength enhancers onto Porom there, and is going to run a very quick Fabul here, as it does look like Sorbius has went all the way to the bottom and finds Ogopogo in a place you really want to find Ogopogo.
Yeah, especially with that cane with that dwarf axe putting out quite a bit of damage. Edward is helping, I think. But yeah, gonna very quickly get through this and not have to worry about this somewhere else.
Speaking of things normally found on the moon, here's Antlion.
And Sorbius finding a rat tail. It's not required, doesn't look like. But if you find a hook, it is another key item.
Yeah, and the freest ones at that. I'm usually never unhappy to see a rat tail, as 3 jumps takes out the Antlion with no pesky counters there. We'll see what Blaze gets from the Fabul defense here momentarily.
And just a casual tent for Sorbius. I love camping items because there's nothing worse than being somewhere and not having camping items.
And just an adamant rock. Half a forge, and unfortunately forge is not required, but it is tempting, as forge has been changed to give a random 7th or 8th tier key item. So that could be adamant armor there. That could be, crystal sword, which we might just have to sell. It could be any manner of high-tier goodies, but not guaranteed to just get that power spike like we did back on Group Glides, where, you just keep handing Cecil and Excalibur.
I do like to do forge if I get it early, plus because it also opens up that bonus shop. And sometimes you find defense swords and crystal rings and Zeus gauntlets, and those are all very nice things to find.
Oh, absolutely. And unfortunately for Moonblazewolf, Moonblaze says, I am not taking any of those chests. I'm just diving. Unfortunately, that does mean Blaze is going to be short that very shiny curse ring that Sorbius did find there.
Antlion definitely has some chests that are a little bit lower tier, and they're not quite as nicely grouped as some of these other areas, so we do see runners skip this a lot.
It does depend. I mean, the whole thing is, obviously you're not going to find the real big stuff in there, but Curse Ring is tier 4, some of the J-Attack items are tier 5. I'm not always going to loot it, but it's... sometimes, to me, it's not a bad idea to check a few of them out.
But Blaze has quickly taken out that Ogopogo, gonna pick up his rat tail. Yeah, and it looks like Sorbius is all done with Fabul. We'll see where he wants to go next.
Yep, they just cross-placed the Sorbius in a little bit of a lead in just the straight foot race here. But we are kind of down to Ordeals or Baronin being our path to progression at the very least here. Are we going to get a Chocobo Forest check here for Sorbius? We are, and it's a Kamikaze, which isn't terrible, I guess.
Cave Magnus is required, and that is a great place to use a Kamikaze.
Yep, it does look like we're getting a little bit of divergence here. Blaze is heading back to, apparently wants to pick up a few things here, or, actually, I wonder if going back into this item shop says, I've got a few things to sell off here in terms of the lit bolts, that ice armor, drain sword maybe, and might be, putting a couple vampires in the pocket there. That's a decent amount of damage here, and, I'm thinking that might be going into something like a Baronin play there.
We have a blue robe sighted on Sorbius' side. And there was that little pause, and there's the alt gauntlet.
So I have seen some runners, especially Pankraz here, who I've watched a little bit here. If you find like the small J attack items in in like a Baron or some of these other item shops, you'll notice there are bombs, and oh hi, that's a ninja. Guarded by Baigen maybe, but that's a ninja. That's going to be absolutely huge for a potential Mount Ordeals here as Kane readies to throw a Grimoire here, and we get Indra. Sure, why not?
This spot having some of the lowest health in the game very quickly takes it out, and we'll see what's guarding the next spot.
Oh, Mega Sisters. I would be very tempted to throw that second Grimoire now.
Looks like we're going to start throwing some vampires, maybe try to... Mindy, please. That's your sister. Be nice.
A little fast to the Delta attack gun there, and there's Chocobo.
That's more than I've ever seen a Chocobo do before. Good night, Quorum.
Yep, that is still one of those spots here where it is very possible for, especially with the correct anchor there, for Cindy to get a little bit quick to the gun, so to speak there, and unfortunately will throw that first fire to the Delta attack right back onto the wall target, which she thought should have been walled, but not so much. We do get a Baron key here, possible chase, as Sorbius is still just kind of chewing through this Mount Ordeals. Now that Fire Sword is actually going to do some pretty decent work in terms of hitting some elemental weaknesses here. That's still Dwarfax though. So either way, if you're Blaze, do you just chase that? Do you chase that Baron key, or do you decide to hop over to Mount Ordeals at this point?
With that edge pickup, I would chase the Baron key. Because really there's no good reason to go to Baron. Of course, no Cecil, no Fu for spells, and we haven't seen a Tella yet. So unless that's our direct way underground, why do something now when you can put it off to later?
Yep, speaking of camping, found some cabins at Baron here, and that's a back attack Odin. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's something.
I guess the other question is, has Edge got any kind of actual weaponry here? Because it does look like he started with a boomerang, and that's about it here, actually, so...
Well, we've got a gated weapon shop right here selling ninja swords, so there you go.
For the low price of far more than I think moonblazewolf has, unfortunately. I mean, that samurai armor might help a little bit, but those are expensive ninja weapons. Good ninja weapons, but very expensive ninja weapons.
And Sorbius takes out the Odin. We do not see these Zantex again around the world.
Much as we'd like to, because that is a rather fun Zantetsuken there, but again, well played, Sorbius through, going to see what's inside the Paladin room here real quick, while Blaze does indeed take that party and head straight through, going to check the... and I actually kind of like this, because one place I do like looting here that wasn't so much in group flags there, especially since it's kind of gated treasure, is that... is the Baron Treasury. Yeah, there's quite a bit of loot in there, and it's usually a little more valuable than your standard fare, as we do indeed get a Magma Key out of Ordeals, so the Ordeals play paying off in dividends for Sorbius here.
And only a freebie in the freest spot in the game. Rude. But, as for that edge, we do have every type of claw for him, and we started with a turtle.
True, so that Thunderclaw going to be put to some pretty decent use here still. Or at least as well as soon as he decides to gather the water the first time, and does come up with his actual lightning weakness there.
Porum tried.
She did at that there.
But Blaze will have an easier time with this Mount Ordeals just because of that flame spell from Edge. Just being able to hit multiple enemies at a time, not having to worry about having those multi-target J items.
Here comes the wave. Did look like he did about 2,500. Yeah, okay, yeah, that wave didn't come out for much at all here. Kind of surprised that 700 did not send Kanyata. Okay, there he goes into his shell there.
And looks like Sorbius is going to check out Baron N before heading underground. Definitely going to be rewarded with that ninja. We'll see if he goes ahead and follows this Baron key chain, though.
Yeah, did that hiding inside the shell did heal for about 420, so we do have 4,200 hit points in the spot. Okay, did get through with that jump there, so did have enough to at least outlast the turtle there, or at least get past him in terms of outdoing the remedy here. And we're going to get some of that Baron loot here. The Silk Web's actually really good find. I was just going to get the first 3 chests here, though.
Yeah, even that Cure 3, I love to keep some Cure 3s in my back pocket for when my healer is busy doing berserking things.
Yeah, speaking of, that Alt Gauntlet did give Sorbius's Porum enough XP to have that Berserk spell, which I don't think Blaze does have yet. Would be rather useful, especially against Octomam here, which isn't all that threatening, but is going to take a little bit. Good target for another Thunderclaw, so that Thunderclaw pickup also paying here for Blaze.
And Sorbius quickly getting through 2 out of the 3 sisters, and down goes Sandy. So quickly catching up to where Blaze is at.
So Sorbius does get the news about the Baron Key, and more importantly, a ninja here. Still really no objective-based key items in sight just yet, but that could change here momentarily.
Or they could all be on the moon.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. Well, except for the Darkness Crystal, of course. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for anyway.
And Sorbius saying, I will sell everything I own. Just give me one of those swords, please.
It does look to likely have it here, and yep, does have the 66,000 as Blaze finds a Tella, which I'm going to guess, and yep, that is Eddie headed to the bench. Tella there, and will probably, unless this is like a twin harp or a hook, will likely send Blaze straight to Ordeals anyway.
The wall and the child are holding back the wall.
The wall and the child facing the wrong way. Interior designers, this party is not.
And that is the package. That is required.
So, I mean, let's see, do we have... No, we don't have the Sand Ruby turn-in as an objective, so Blaze is going to head over to Ordeals. I would be tempted to go possibly just take a peek over at that character, see if I can find a Rosa, see if I can find maybe a Palom, especially with that Charm Rod right there. Maybe a Sweeper here, or even, maybe like I would say Duplicate Edge, but we really just don't have any kind of weaponry for him.
Yeah, although with that package being required, if you put it off or if you do it soon, doesn't really matter. It's still slow.
Yeah, the big thing is it does mean Baron is required, so the question is, when does Sorbius go back?
That's a good question. He may want to wait until he knows he can take on the whole thing, both Baron Upper and the Basement Throne.
Anyway, Blaze getting the news of a rudeness up here on Mount Ordeals here. Does have flame, and it will at least shorten the. It will shorten a couple fights here. I do believe the next one is actually full of fire immune spirits and souls, but after that it should be much more smooth sailing with that ninja flame there.
And that is an earth crystal from the sylphs. That's required.
That's not only required, but I know we had this conversation right before here, and it's like, do you rate that treasury here with what we have here? And what we have with these parties is we've got Kane with his best weapon as a fire sword right now. We've got Edge, who is dearly missing some weapons. Porom, who might want a white mage stick. Now I understand this isn't exactly group flags, but with all the stuff that this party is in need of, that treasury is definitely something that would be on my radar too.
Most definitely. Even if you pull something like a rune axe out of the treasury, that's still better than a fire sword.
Absolutely there, and yeah, any kind of ninja steel. Heck, throw me a long sword to go along with that ninja. I'd be happy. But we do see a little bit of checking going on here. Kind of interesting. Sorbius is going after some of these chests, knowing I have an earth crystal in my pocket right now, kind of thing. But
does find a couple of Lilith rods, an elven bow, and a poison axe.
Yeah, could just be for money. That's a sand ruby, so we definitely have the deluxe. Hey, I want some more characters. What do we got here? Yeah, we've got a lot of character checks the Sorbius has available to him here, and yeah, now that we've got now there's a monster formation. Edge will just one turn there with flame.
And we see hourglasses for sale down here in the Fey March. I like hourglasses. They can make your grind easier. They can take out some free bosses.
Oh yeah, even with the one thing you kind of want them for, the alt gauntlet here already being off the board, lovely. We've got a sword. We got a vanilla sword. That's what we've got there, and we've got a waste of time in the Leviathan spot. That is a Mist Dragon who has a ton of health, and is not going to be really easy to just quick cycle there. So yeah, Sorbius says no thanks and is heading to Keyless Tower. This is an interesting play.
Well, and the other thing about that Mist Dragon is I believe that spot is very fast.
Yes, it is. The one right next to him, the Asura spot, is actually the fastest one on the overworld, if I do recall here. But again, that one also fast. Sorbius pulling, wow, Cat Claw Runeaxe. Who needs a treasury? Let's just go to lower battle.
And moonblazewolf making excellent use of that Thunderclaw. Edge just tearing through that Odin.
Yep, Sorbius is actually doing about a full loot of here. Does oh, I see what's going on here. This is I want some sirens, and I'm going to steal them from the first alert I find.
Well, when the game gives you an edge and gives you a Porum, you might as well.
Yeah, try not doing what was normally advertised here in terms of, I believe what was lowering enemy defense here, but does raise the success rates of sneak, so hey, that's something at least.
Things that were never discovered until free enterprise.
We keep finding new tech to this day on what? It's a 31-year-old game now, I believe.
That just makes me feel old.
I mean, yeah, I mean, so do I, but anyway, Sorbius says that's enough free sirens for now, and gets that Thunderclaw in, and do we get anything good from this? Just a Ninja Star.
It's 2,500 gold.
It is 2,500 gold there. But okay, Sorbius was not jumping up completely on Keyless Tower to says, I want some sirens. I'm not willing to pay for them. I'm just going to steal them and be on my way. And then is just going back up to turn in the pan here by all rights, likely.
Thought just for a second about that Baron Castle, but you always want to check your freebies.
Yep, so we are going to see what comes in the pan. Blaze does have the Magma Key in hand now. Is up a Baron Castle check at the very least here. I am very curious to see what's in that Odin throne on the bottom, but don't believe we're going to get to see that here, as we do get the... as we do see if Sheila does indeed have the goods this time around. That's a Legend Sword, so that's Forge. And that's a Life Stick, and Forum appreciates that.
But unfortunately, not what I would call the goods.
I mean, very materialistic today, as, again, with just as well as that Earth Crystal, we've got Forge at a very reasonable time here. And the greedy part of me wants to say, is that a possible Avenger? Adamant armor? I don't know. Sorbius is, however, heading straight over to Troya Castle and is indeed going to give us a treasury to rate.
And we see Blaze doing a little bit more item shopping, find some more good J items.
Well, there's the longsword. Dance Dagger, Wizard Shirt, Inventory Boss, 4 chests in.
This is always the worst part about the treasury, because if you don't have any space in your inventory, this becomes so long.
Just looks like he's doing a little bit of equipping here, is going to the trash can. One of the biggest quality of life changes here is the fact that you can get the trash can and queue up the trash can, and it will continue to allow you to keep trashing things. Ninja Sword, Samurai Bow, another Curse Ring, so that's gonna nullify, assuming both that's a second Curse Ring for Sorbius, but it is gonna give Blaze another shot at finding a Curse Ring there. Is getting rid of a few things now. Ninja Hat, Dragoon Mail, Protect Ring, Cat Claw, Rune Axe. Okay, that's a solid treasury at the very least here. Again, the Ninja Sword, the Ninja Hat are probably the biggest items out of it there. Rune Axes are wonderful money unless you want Kane to swing one around, which is also good. Yeah, not a bad treasury by any stretch of the imagination, though.
Absolutely not. Even the Protect Ring that we found, that's always a good pickup, especially if you've got to fight something like that D-Mist, and you don't want your characters to get hit really hard in the face.
Yeah, true. And as Drylizer points out there, that Rune Axe is going to do a lot of work against Asura there.
Yep, Asura, and if we can find the guards and they're in a nasty location, that is a huge help.
Yep, I guess we did find a coffin in terms of treasure box there, but have not found any. Well, I guess we do have hourglasses, but yeah, just anything that would take some time out of it is time well spent here, as we are about to see the Mega Sisters slot here is going to finally upgrade Kane to said, maybe not. But that does mean we do have double Ninja Sword Edge, which is, yeah, especially with the Protect Ring, unless he is sticking with that back row there.
Decides for the Poison Axe. Very interesting. All axes have a pretty nasty accuracy penalty, which is why they aren't used quite as much as you would hope to see for their high attack power.
Yeah, everything except for the Ogre Axe, the one-handed axe that actually does have a quite nice hit rating to it there. But again, all those axes do share that hit penalty, but do share a propensity for costing a lot. Very good items to sell if we were to find, say a defense sword or an avenger somewhere, or something otherwise good, as we do find not mini Blarg, but timed Blarg over here in the Mega Sister slot.
Counting with Blarg.
Counting with Blarg, yes.
This is another one of those fights that you would much rather see in a scarier location. Because, well, it doesn't attack you.
Yep, Sorbius going for a damage race here. Bahamut already down to 2. The second Berserk is landing. Edge swinging for about 1400 here. Unfortunately, we are seeing that poison axe. Okay, there it goes. Gets a decent swing in here, and Forum queuing up an oh crap Starveil, but Edge got there. Got a little bit of help from Kane, but yeah, as you said, those axes not the best hit rate, and we saw Kane putting out a couple like 150s there.
And it looks like both our runners have done a quick, very small check of Sylph Cave, just those first 2 chests. It is possible to pull some very nice items out of here, but there are several trap chests.
Yep, and we did get a reset out of them, and our first character is a Yang. Now, the thing is, I believe Sorbius has found a pair of cat claws. Is that tempting enough to take this Yang? I mean, he does still have an Eddie in the party.
I might replace the Eddie with the Yang, but Yang is one of those characters that you need a lot of levels to make viable.
True. Can I interest you in second Porum then?
No.
Worth a shot.
Porum, of course, being the lesser of the 2 white mages. 1 will get you through, but 2 is pushing it.
And does immediately slaps the curse ring on Yang, then says, wait a minute, takes the claw off, says, yes, I will take Yang, but only as an anchor, as Blaze is in Dwarf Castle and finds that does find that Dwarven Grog is on sale here, that they are calling Bacchus wine, but
and does find strength rings for sale, but with S quarter, money is still very hard to come by.
Yep, Sorbius immediately firing that kamikaze off to get that Yang down. That's and I remember that this is a fairly spicy in terms of magic attack, as we do see that lit 1 counter hitting Porum in the back row for 255, and second lit 1 counter goes bad day for Porum there, as those lit 1s at least met business there.
And Blaze immediately going to turn in that pan check. Going to get his life staff and the other half of Forge. We'll see if he follows Sorbius's lead and goes up the Tower of Zot.
It's very interesting, because at this point, it looks like Sorbius is going to get through this, as those lit ones were only doing 1 damage to Edge there, and there's the Oh My Body here. So really what this is Sorbius is up the Tower of Zot right now, and Blaze is up Baron Castle. Blaze knows that Baron Castle is required, and we both know that the Tower of Zot is required here, as Sorbius is the first to check off an objective here. So really, our runners are not in lockstep, but I could not call an actual leader here at the moment.
No, definitely not. Especially if this turns out to be something like Darkness or Tower Key. If things push Sorbius away from that Baron, Blaze having that required item could give him an advantage.
Yep, does get the Tower Key, and I mean, that Tower Key is a pretty interesting whistle to my head there. saying, "Hey, that's something I'd go do there." I mean, yeah, tower key is really hard to ignore as Blaze decides to go rate that treasury. Going to be his first ninja sword, but is going to at least bring even the curse ring count, as Blaze is going to find a curse ring down here. So that curse ring in Antlion not looming nearly as large as we do see Sorbius now cursing. Oh, now saying, okay, now I'm ready to lean into this Yang a little bit here.
Double cat claw.
Yep, as Kane is now taking his turn to get cursed.
And Sorbius going to find some Bacchus wines. I suspect Blaze is going to head up the Tower of Zot since he's here.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of does seem to be, hey, while I'm in the neighborhood, and hey, I just got a ninja sword, and everything's coming up edge right now, so I wouldn't see why not. Sorbius does eject from Dwarf Castle after seeing his Bacchus, and is, oh, yes, has some sirens in his pocket, burning a hole there, and okay, this is making a whole lot more sense here, as 4 sirens will get that Yang up to code here pretty quick.
Yep. Definitely want to try and trying to take out that Kane. But a few levels can just make things so much smoother. Probably not going to do a full grind to Zeromus levels though, since you'll get so much of that just going through the game.
That's definitely a thing here. Unfortunately, need to kind of find something for that Kane to do, as I think he probably has some armor still left on him, and him being in parry stance, okay, there he goes.
Why won't you die?
It's really strange for Kane to be the betrayee and not the betrayer.
But after the initial trying to get Kane down, should be able to take out some eggs very quickly.
Yep. Settled on 1 here, just decided, hey, we're going to do 1, and then we're going to go up the tower, I guess. Then again, I guess that Drain Spear and the Curse Ring does mean that's a Kane that will be anchoring quite well, actually.
And I didn't see what spell Porum learned, but maybe he was just trying to get Porum to a certain spell with that egg.
Let's see, New Berserk might have been Blink at that point, I guess?
And Edge is very quickly getting through this Bahamut on Blaze's side. I think Edge has got that crystal ring, so extremely fast in the middle, and just going to be putting out the damage with that Zerk.
The difference between Ninja and Ninja Long isn't too bad here. Is doing just a little bit less than Sorbius with Double Ninja was, but does have to tell it to chip in with a few viruses as well. So yeah, again, not going to be a problem with that Bahamut there. And as we see Sorbius making it to the top of the tower and finding a Lunar Sparkle. Which one do we draw today?
And we do see a set of robes there guarding the route to the Falcon.
I did miss that. What color were those? Purple robes or were those red robes?
They were red robes, but I know in some spots.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I mean, Wyvern isn't terrible at this spot just because the magic power is so low.
Yeah, Blarg will do probably about somewhere between like 900 and 1200 damage there. Not good for Sorbius' team there, as it's a little light in the HP department still. Is setting up to take a second swing at him here. Again, like you said, not terrible magic power, so shouldn't be too awfully bad, but have Blarg 1 adventures and 0 so far.
Does look to be trying to get a run buffer off so this Porum can get this Star Veil, and there we go.
Yep, did get one off. Will Edge? No, Edge does not get another one off here. Okay, that's a little more... Okay, I definitely misremembered that, as that's more like 2200 there. So, yeah, I might have low-sold that one just a little bit.
Well, sometimes you'll see the Mega Nuke just miss outright at this spot, so that was actually very unlucky.
Yeah, the question is, okay, Yang did get a turn there and is going very quickly. Now, again, I do like this up to a point, as getting Bacchus up and getting offense against a Wyvern is very paramount here. You can get stuck in a resurrection loop very quickly with Wyvern. So is getting him to swing. Unfortunately, does have a lot of hit points here. So while these nukes aren't going to come in too awfully hot, unfortunately, it's still going to do enough to one-shot any of the party members, including that Porum down there, as Blaze does get the tower key here. This is one of those points where I would definitely think about just dropping a life potion on Kane, just to serve as another nuke target, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with having your characters zerked, if that Porum went down, you'd be in a little bit of a trouble.
Yep, I did not actually see what Blaze did do with the two party members on top of the Tower of Zot there. Is picking up some claws. Mayo might be looking for sirens as well here, but okay, did not make any changes. Is still exactly as he was there. But does say I want some free sirens as well. So yeah, these two are definitely.
And there's the nuke on Porum. This is up to Edge.
It is. He is berserked. He's taking his swings, but there's another nuke, and that's an unfortunate reset there. Does have the right idea, and again, like I said, you do want to just keep some kind of offense going against a Wyvern, but it's definitely one of those other things where we've been so used to 5-member parties where we could have, somebody just jumping to berserk and keeping the lives going between 3 other party members while keeping the anchor down. And again, like I said, it might just actually be worth picking up that Kane just to, can't do it right now because the Mega Nuke will get him, but might just be worth seeing if I can throw a light potion that way, just so he doesn't nuke important people.
Well, and even if Kane is just throwing out nukes, or not nukes, throwing out life potions, at least you have 2 people on life potion duty and 2 people on damage duty.
Yeah, true. And I get why you don't want the Kane to gain XP right now, but between the Drain Spear and the Curse Ring, that's a negative 25 agility.
Well, and we can pick up characters. See it happen.
Yeah, Porum just straight out dodges the Wyvern there, or dodges the Mega Nuke.
But I've completely lost my train of thought. Sorry, I got very excited.
Oh, it's fine. But yeah, so now Edge is just taking the swing there. Gonna go straight to the Berserk here with Yang, and again, this is just one of those things where if Porum eats the nuke, it's just not gonna go well here.
does seem like in a little bit better position. Well, I say that.
You say that, and then Porum gets nuked, unfortunately. That's again, the question is, does the next one land on Yang? Does Edge have enough damage just to chew through here? Is swinging twice to one nuke here, but unfortunately there goes the nuke on Edge, and that's about 300 more hit points than Edge had, so very unfortunate here. Is wasting a little bit of time to this Wyvern here, as Blaze picked up 10 Sirens very quickly, actually, and is going to scramble a few eggs over there as well.
Does throw out that one coffin, does not want to take the chance of something like that egg hatching and just making omelets of your party.
Pointed out, the biggest thing here, Rexraw pointing out that Blaze does indeed have 10 key items thanks to that package, so is going to get even more out of this egg grind here, so again, this Sorbius is going back in for round 3 here. This is, did pick up Kane, might have the right idea here, but again, it's, did get 2 Star Veils off here, so is going to get a little bit of a damage bump in terms of the Mega Nuke coming back onto Wyvern's face there.
Nice 4,000 free damage. Shame well, actually, do Group Wars work to get Wyvern to Mega Nuke you again?
I do not believe so. I believe it is actually the summon command, which does have to come up off of it there. So, unfortunately, I know where you're going here, and yeah, I do believe you do have to actually have Radiant cast the summon to get Wyvern to counter you.
And does look like Blaze is going to do much more of a significant grind on these eggs. May say, this is my party, and I'm gonna take this, so might as well get to mid-levels.
Yeah, I mean, Runex, Kane, Ninja, again, I would be, with this party, I would be very tempted, again, as we see those levels already reaching 40, but I would be extremely tempted to just say, well, I'm going to go see what Kokol has at this point in time.
Swoon!
Assassin Dagger procs. You'll love to see it. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Sorbius taking another reset to that Wyvern here, is thinking about it a little bit more and is gonna take another swing.
It can be so hard because you know if this is something important, if this is your hook, if this is your darkness crystal, you don't want to leave something hanging and then go say full clear the moon.
Yeah, it's really hard. It does kind of go into and Sorbius has been doing this for quite a while, so I wonder if a little bit of tilt may be at play here, and I really hope it isn't. But yeah, that's just real. I mean, do you assume at this point that Blaze says, "Wyvern, no thanks, I'm going on to greener pastures," which could also be a thing.
Well, and at this point, I think Blaze's Cane has enough HP to survive a unstar veiled Mega Nuke.
Getting close to that point there, but yeah, again, watch that Assassin Dagger putting in some work now. Instant swoons. Who needs coffins? Who needs other things? Porum just learned Cure 4. That means level 48.
Cure 4 seems good.
Yeah, Cure 4 is pretty good.
Maybe pushing for white? Life 2? I don't know which one she learns first.
That's a good question. I mean, these party members are definitely strong enough to just pretty much. I mean, this is this kind of feels like I'm gonna go and do some. I'm gonna go do the Fey March here because that could be a thing as well.
Definitely with that. Nope. Looks like gonna head to the tower. So and left that Tella down. So just give him his cursed ring back and yeah, just take out anything left on the overworld.
Yeah, it does have the key here. This does seem to be going a little bit better for Sorbius here. The nuke does hit Young, which is probably the best of the three characters it could hit, as Porum is ready with that life potion. Again, it just kind of comes down to will this Wyvern just leave Edge alone long enough to finish the fight here?
Come on, Wyvern, stop being rude.
It did have Young unberserked there, so Young ready with the life potion to throw back onto Porum. And there goes Wyvern. Sorbius is through here, does get the, and now we just get to see was it worth it. And, well, I'm not complaining about a pink tail. That is the 10th key item. No hook to turn it in, not an objective. And Blaze is gonna pick that up here momentarily.
But it is an adamant.
It is an adamant. But I am also, if I'm Sorbius, I'm not feeling great about it though.
Well, things that are pretty great. Finding Valvalis here.
Yeah, finding Valvalis in an absolutely free location. I'd love to find that. And I think Sorbius may be realizing that he might still be on Wyvern Standard Time here.
Well, better to figure it out here than starting something like the Alt Gauntlet or Dr. Luggage.
Yep. Meanwhile, Edge straight up survives the Mega Nuke, and I think had Kane been at full hit points, he might have survived the Mega Nuke over there. This may well be a tale of two Wyverns here.
Well, and Porum just outright dodged it because, well, why not?
Yeah. Had the veil up and just said, no thanks, I don't need that. But the bigger thing is, Cure 4, the thing is, I mean, Kane could take another one of those nukes and keep going still. Porum will probably take this nuke and say, huh, that's cute.
But both characters berserked. Oh wait, the Edge is not berserked. Yeah, Assassin Dagger isn't great in comparison to a longsword.
One was significantly spicier, however, and we do see Sorbius getting out of the tower, turning in the tower key, and claiming a Luca key. Sealed cave not required, but do you peek it? I would think that maybe that would be a case. And Sorbius says, well, you know, it could have been better there. A few levels, sure.
Well, and now has that 10th key item. Might have been waiting for that because an egg grind is significantly faster when you have 10 key items.
Resurrect that Kane as well. Then again, might be also be saying that, hey, okay, Wyvern's off the table, Odin's off the table. Do I need an anchor now?
Well, and like you said, with that cursed ring and that drain spear, that is, you know, quite a bit of agility reduction. So, might say I can get some more levels on this Kane for a little while at least.
A few on that Porum who unfortunately dropped there to that Thunder counter. Might have thought that he did have enough firepower to just do it in two shots there. is just going to immediately call another here. Meanwhile, Blaze finds the free Valveless in the Super Cannon spot and is through there. So is casting Berserk, and I do actually really like using Berserk as your way to kill eggs here. Kind of a little bit underrated. Just Edge gonna take a swing. Edge has enough attack power with the Berserk buff to just one-shot it here. So again, that's a much more of a heads-up play there. Just use Berserk, get your grind in. Don't even need coffins. Let's just go.
And does remember, hey, I thought Wyvern and everything seemed slower. Because I personally have never done Zeromus still on Battle Speed 6. No!
It's not fun. Anyway, Sorbs is getting some XP here. Is going to be in a much better spot here. Did steal less sirens, but again, like I said, the big boogeyman here of a seed like this, or even just bracket flags. Again, Odin and Wyvern are off the table. The two bosses you really, really, really need an anchor for like that are both out there. So Sorbius could actually just give Kane a real weapon, leave the curse ring on him. And it probably wouldn't be too bad either, as we do see Blaze moving into, gonna take a peek at that Luke key here. So really, we're just kind of on a hunt for, obviously a little bit more, but the Darkness Crystal and the Hook both looming large. That is, actually Twin Heart too. Music is required, so yeah, three key items to go. But our runners have found quite a bit here.
Well, and Blaze may just feel comfortable to steamroll everything remaining underground. And Luca Cave is one of those checks that runners don't necessarily like to do because it takes forever. And, even getting out just is miserable. Although with Atella, a little less miserable.
Sorbius does remember what's down here and says, well, let's leave something cursed here. Does give Yong the cursed gear here. It does definitely look to be lining up for a shot at the Sora spot here. Who is actually Asura.
Asura's about to have a very bad day.
The walk down for Luca, a minute and some change, roughly, yeah. But again, this is one of the easiest spots to go down there, take a look at, say, I want it or I don't want it, and hit the reset key accordingly. If you don't, that's required, however.
Absolutely. And my Luca dives always take a little bit longer because I hit at least one rope of shame.
However, our required fight is tempered by being absolutely free, so nothing to see here.
Might be regretting using that coffin, just because you can end the fight very quickly with that, but this'll be fine.
Yep, we've got our Berserks being thrown out. We have our Edge just dicing here. As we do see Sorbius firing up an image here. Might be waiting to get some blinks in before walling up here. Is going to be, actually, with that Wyvern, were Star Veils used? Does Sorbius have a way to wall here? Or are we going to try for maybe some either Berserk Cane or even a Grey Face at this point?
Maybe Porum Nose Wall?
I think she needs a little bit more on Sorbius' side for that. Okay, so Kane is getting a Berserk here. Is on the Cure 3 face here right now. Is going to get a Cure 3, which undid about half of that row. Oh my, yeah, okay. So basically, oh, no, needs to get off of that face real quick. Okay, already did. Don't want the orange face. Don't want to be seeing Cure 4. Oh no, that's still Cure 4. Ugh. But it does look like Kane is actually outputting enough damage to win a damage race against Asura here.
Well, and it looked like it didn't cure the whole amount that Asura had left. So maybe past that point where Kane's going to win this damage race.
Yeah, down goes Porum, but again, got the life one. Okay, down goes well done. So down goes Asura, and meanwhile, Blaze is heading up to likely cash in that hook as not required, but I am not going to complain about some good ninja steel.
Well, and that was objective number 7, so that is some required.
True. Was very required. I definitely missed that, and Sorbius saying, no thanks, I don't care about that Miss Dragon. And to be absolutely fair, do not blame him in the least. I don't want any part of that either, and I'm not even running the race.
And with more counting with Blarg, Blarg is currently destroying a city.
It is a thing he is, I won't say known to do here, but, yep, and now with Kane's duty out of the way, is going back to getting the cursed stuff while Yang picks up the cat claws again. Is doing a lot of agility shuffling here, and then realizes the headband is still on Kane there. I mean, I don't mind it, but this is a lot of time here, just doing a lot of equipment shuffling.
Yep. Now we'll see if Blaze takes this level 1 Rydia for an anchor, or is perfectly happy with the utility Tella.
I mean, I don't actually think he's going to walk to Kaipo because the village is burned here, and we're just going to Rydia's taking a ride.
Good point. I always forget that you get that there and not after you sleep in the inn.
Yep, so we're going to see not only an adamant armor here with the pink tail, which, I mean, it's adamant armor, what more needs to be said about adamant armor, but we'll see if that rat tail that's been burning a hole in our pockets for quite a while leads to anything, and we get... Well, I mean, you can get... Actually, that's not bad for Porum. It's not going to raise her white magic at all, but in terms of a defensive upgrade, very much so.
And obviously giving that adamant to the Edge, who is doing all the damage in this party.
Yeah, Blaze has held on to that Kane there. Kane hasn't been doing too bad. Is just still sitting on that rune axe and is driving that hovercraft straight over, saying, "Okay, I'm gonna go launch the Falcon right now anyway." So again, with I can't talk right now. With Giant being out of the game here, this is probably, with the levels that Blaze has, definitely more of an interesting something I would definitely look at. Yeah, this is probably the better time to just get it over with here. I mean, you're not going to find a key item out of it, but you're really not going to find a better time to do it.
Yep, especially if Blaze is then going to immediately go do Feymarch. It's just a quick trip down from the tower down to Feymarch. Take out one, if not both. Ooh.
Well, now this is interesting. I think Blaze has done too much of a grind to take anybody else here. But we have found that extra steel.
Yeah, but that's a lot of levels he has to make up.
Yeah, and while moon altars are a thing, yeah, I would not do that either, actually, with all the work that's been put into the rest of the party. And, yeah, there goes Edge number 2. Again, I do say does have backup steel, but right now, I believe Blaze only has the one ninja sword. I don't even think it has that, yeah, it doesn't even have the Mirasame from the Queen spot, so it really doesn't have anything extra for that second Edge. I'm wondering... Probably not, though.
He has his choice of claws.
Does have his choice of claws, and Yang is still back at the Tower of Wishes, and I don't think is coming back from there, so I believe a shopkeeper might be having a choice of those claws later here.
But as chat is pointing out, there are 3 locations left that could have our Darkness Crystal or lead to our Darkness Crystal, and that is the D-Mist at King of Feymarch, the bottom of Baron Castle down in the basement, or Dwarf Castle.
Very interesting to see Dwarf Castle still on the table here with this party that could have cleaned it up at roughly any time. And honestly, the check isn't that long as opposed to some of the others there. Again, it's I am kind of surprised to see Dwarf Castle just be faded so quickly on some of these, but again, with we're 2 items away from go mode here, and if we find a Twin Heart before we find that Darkness Crystal, is it time for panic to set in a little bit?
Well, and I don't remember when we did Zot who that second boss was, if that's maybe affecting their decision.
Oh, that's a good question. Who was that second boss there?
Orbs.
Orbs!
According to our tracker.
That's not terrible. That's only 3,000 hit points worth of orbs. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, better the orbs there than the first spot.
It does look like Sorbius is going to give us Dwarf Castle knowledge here, though.
And also
At least
looks
to buy more Bacchus.
well, I mean, it's Friday. Some places it's even 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock and Friday.
And buys a whole 10 set. I love Bacchus. Even when you have a white mage, I love Bacchus.
Oh yeah, Bacchus just means your white mage gets to do something else of use. Some white mages are, pretty good at finding ways to be useful. Anyway, Sorbius says, "Let's go." Finds the Baron guards there, so not bad. I mean, there is. I think we have hourglasses still, but I mean, even then, with the levels that both of our runners have, as Blaze is already through, I just kind of looked over. I didn't even see. Upper Tower 1.
Dolls into Dark Elves.
Oh well, that was free.
Also, meow, meow, meow.
Yes, she's in the other room in here.
But that will be objective number 4 for moonblazewolf. We'll see if he does that Feymarch, that Dwarf Castle, or just says, nope, I'm going to go to Baron.
I could definitely see, like I said, going back to the Feymarch right now, again, with all the levels on that cane, Rune Axe in hand, Asura about to have another very bad day here. Maybe just a bad week, but again, just punching through Dwarf Castle here, so we'll see, So I guess the big question of the day, man, it has taken a little while for us to stab this cane down here. That's a lot of HP on your anchor that isn't named Sid, but again, is through here. These guards won't last too long now, as Blaze is setting up for Asura here. Should not be a problem.
And with that extra Ninja Steel, Edge really putting out the damage, and we see those guards down.
I don't think we've ever seen a Mute Knife this seed, now that I think about it.
I don't think so either. A Mute Knife is a great weapon, one of my favorites. Oh, hi Rosa.
It would have been useful a long time ago, let's just say that.
Porum has now shown that she is the superior white mage of this seed.
Porum has done things. Porum has been useful. Porum is generally useful.
Porum learns exit naturally.
I mean, both runners have been through the Tower of Zot, though.
Porum learns Berserk first.
I mean, to be fair, like, Blaze's Porum already knows Cure 4 here. Swords does have a little bit to catch up with here. Is gonna get it, but again, with a couple moon altars and oh no, that's a little more mazers than you wanted to see there.
And Blaze immediately putting on that steel while we get the stone-colored spooky hand.
Very spooky, we assure you there. But again, Porum did drop, unfortunately, a little bit too quickly. That Porum is wanting that XP here, and unfortunately just isn't getting it at the moment here. We don't know where... we know where Sirens are. We could just go steal a few more of them, but we are about to see, and that is only a full moon. That is... Dwarf is off the table, so it is 50-50. We are going to have to go through this D-Mist, or it's on the Baron basement throne here.
This D-Mist is going to be a little bit nasty, but hopefully with Blaze's party with so many levels, we'll be able to get through it quickly.
Yeah, Blaze says, let's go here. Again, Leviathan spot. Definitely think now this might actually drive Sorbius here. This might drive Sorbius to Baron, and that is... Nope, never mind. Oh, gonna pick up that hovercraft. Gonna go check the rat tail. Pick up his adamant armor here. I would be surprised if Sorbius does not go to Baron after this.
Definitely. Just with that D-Mist being there and not having quite the levels, I mean, that D-Mist hit Kane for 2,400.
That is just slightly rude here. Again, it's Edge, who does have that adamant armor, is just parking over that Dark Command. I may have missed the purchase of ammunition for Edge, as it is Drain Spear time.
Yep, Blaze sold everything that wasn't nailed down to buy as many Drain Swords as he could. Which is the best and most appropriate use of Drain Swords, because don't ever equip them, they're terrible.
And that is Sorbius indeed going to Baron, which, again, Sorbius will be very happy to realize that that package that is required is there. But again, we're a little bit away from knowing at least exactly where either our path to the Darkness Crystal is, or where our Darkness Crystal exactly is. At this point, yeah, a lot of writing on this in terms of, what if one's the Darkness Crystal, one's the Twin Harp, and somebody chases the Darkness Crystal? Could still just be anywhere here, as Drain Spears just keep getting launched into a D-Mist here.
I think the best case scenario for Sorbius would be D-Mist having that Darkness Crystal and Baron Basement having the Twin Harp, because Blaze may go up to the moon before checking that Baron Basement.
One part of that has been fulfilled, as D-Mist does indeed have that Darkness Crystal, so we are we're Twin Harp away from go mode here.
Now, I wonder, do you chase your objectives? You do have to do the Crystal Sword Altar and the Vanilla Ribbon Room.
It looks like Blaze is going to be a little more it is going to be a little more. What's the word I am looking for? Just going to clean up the blue planet here, and I don't blame him here. If I have the levels right now, if I'm Blaze, where I can go take Z right now, no questions asked, and I have moon altars left. At this point, I don't want to lose because I left checks back on the blue planet, and actually did buy the wine and is going to head up here. Yeah, Blaze is likely to clear the blue planet, so I'm going to guess the Odin check will come after this here. But that also does mean that Sorbius's route will go through Baron, and did Worm just berserk herself? Okay, good talk.
I mean, sometimes you try to hit your melee fighters and then you accidentally berserk your white mage.
And sometimes you just really want to hit things with a life stick.
Now, the other thing is we haven't seen a pass yet. So Blaze may be keeping in mind, if I go up to the moon, I don't want to have to come back down a second time.
Meanwhile, Sorbius trading his anchor for older model.
Older, more bearded anchor.
Yes.
And moonblazewolf getting the bad news about the Rosa that we're not going to see.
You know, they both hit underground pretty quick and probably could have taken Dwarf Castle pretty easy. Both of them could have had a Rosa at this time.
Well, especially with these two bosses. We found a coffin right when we came down here, and CPU is, while very obnoxious, also fairly free.
Also weak to drain spears.
Everything is weak to drain spears, though.
Exactly. Okay, Sorbius looking at that package for just a little bit there. I wonder if that was I need to go do something real quick, or if that's an "Are you serious? Is it really here?" Is Cure 3ing up the party, so I do believe we're probably going to see the... yeah, is cursing up the tell. We're likely going to see the basement check here.
And moonblazewolf gonna get the bad news. This was a zonk.
Everybody is weak to drain spears. Everybody.
I will be curious to see what this is, though, because if this is something that Blaze could have taken earlier, that'll be very interesting.
Well, it's a lunar sparkle, and I mean, it is something that both of our runners definitely could take here, and I mean, to be fair, this is just kind of that one point where you might be half tempted, or at least I would, that hey, you know, you got that full moon out of Dwarf Castle. Let's just switch to it and at least get the flying type weakness here.
Yep. Although Yang's just gonna hit things very hard.
Is going to throw Berserk's up, is going to get that last one over here to for him, or to just keep her alive as opposed to the damage here, as now we have dueling plagues here, so again, Blaze not leaving anything to chance, is going to clean up the blue planet before heading over to the moon. Sorbius is behind a Falcon launch right now, and the D-Mist over at the Cave of... yeah, over at the Bay March. I cannot talk today. But yeah, regardless of this, Blaze does have a little bit of a lead here. Only arty arrows, so instant reset from Sorbius is likely to possibly go just launch the Falcon now, and then pick up the Oh, it's still got a burn miss too. That's right.
Sometimes you just need to burn it down
Yep,
because he did start the fire.
it's always been burning since the world's been turning.
I'm really glad you got that reference, or else it would have been a little awkward.
It's we'll not go there. Maybe we'll get the free enterprise. We didn't start the fire. Anybody who is far more creative than me, I would love to get the love to get the free enterprise version of We Didn't Start the Fire, because that'd be great.
But with that, Blaze is launching the lunar whale. Just needs to find that twin harp and take care of those 2 altars.
I mean, with it being Ribbon Room and Crystal Sword Altar, I am sorely tempted to go dive the objectives first. If I get my twin harp, great. If not, I know it's got to be up here because I've done everything else. So, yeah.
Yeah, probably just on the way down, hit the crystal room, come out of there, finish going all the way down the lunar subterrane, hit the ribbon room, and then just do your normal bottom moon dive, I would think.
Yep. Bus driver, yes, we have seen every other check up on the blue planet here. So, yeah, Sorbius is leaving Launch the Falcon for later here. Does seem to be cruising straight to the Fey March here to pick up that darkness crystal here, as we do see also who's on the moon. Who haven't we seen this seed? Haven't seen a Quake Kid. Haven't seen a Sid either.
Child, you are far too little, far too late.
Indeed. But we did find.
And we have lost our find.
Yes. But yeah, we have seen everything, so yeah, even the past does have to be either A, somewhere up here on the moon, or B, exactly at Cave Magnus. Every other possibility has left us now.
So, other than... Oh, we haven't found the spoon yet. I was going to say, so this is a required... Or our runners are going to go 17 of 17, but they may not find that spoon.
It's a 16 out of 17, but possibly the 17 out of 17, and if we play our cards exactly right or wrong in this case, it could still be a 28 out of 28.
And I don't think at this point there's anything left on the moon that could be scary.
I'm definitely thinking about it, but you're pretty much right here. What do I really not want to see up here?
Repent at the Ogopogo altar.
Yeah, that's probably about it, actually. That's Rukin at the Ogo altar. We've already seen Mega Sisters. Man, let's just Punchy, and I don't want to... We've already seen Turtle. We've already seen all the other fiends here. Well, not Mylon Z, but I don't care about him. That's a good question. Blaze is immediately heading for that Crystal Sword altar here. Alt Gauntlet has been found. It was at Ordeals 1.
I mean, I guess the Lunar Dragons would just be obnoxious. Not even hard, but just... You can't really hit them.
Well, I mean, if they're right where Blaze is going right now, put them on the Wyvern altar. I'll punch at them for a while there. Or even the Plague Spot. That doesn't really have a great. Nope, just good old doctor dialogue here.
This shouldn't be any problem for Blaze. Because, well, it's not a really hard boss.
I mean, the spot is punchy, but not as punchy as it could be. As Belknap does get in a decent hit on the Doctor there. Nice of him.
And Tella putting in some work. And we see the robot go down.
But do we see second fair? Do we see Balnut? Nope, no Balnut Z. Luge down here. And here comes second phase. Meanwhile, Sorbius having the exact same idea as it is indeed Drain Spear time. Unfortunately, is going to lose one to this phase shift here as one gets thrown into the mist. Unfortunately, you think he can pick that back up, but nothing doing there.
And Kane. Not sure why Moonblaze's Kane just smacked himself in the face.
Look, he was getting a little. Oh, he was aiming for Tella.
Those old men so spry and wily, jumping out of the way.
Spry, wily, jumping out of the way, and confusing you so much, your axe just comes right back into yourself. I mean, I know those axes have horrid hit rates, but...
And Dr. Luggage being kind enough to cure the poison before letting our party finish him off.
I mean, we like Poison Walk, don't we?
No.
A crystal ring, a very nice piece of gear, not what we're looking for, is an objective, so that's nice, as Sorbius does pocket that darkness crystal here. So, is a Falcon launch behind still in terms of Blue Planet checks here. I'm wondering if that's going to be a thing which he's going to save till after the moon, as Blaze is likely going to be beelining that ribbon room here forthwith here.
And hopefully, or not hopefully, depending on who you ask, Blaze will find what he's looking for right here in this ribbon room. 2 key item checks.
2 key item checks, and what bosses do we have left that just might be interesting? You are not interesting, Dark Elf. I'm sorry.
If it's a required Bahamut, Mom Bomb there is pretty miserable.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, we haven't seen Mom Bomb. That's definitely a thing there.
But Dark Elf tries to stop whatever's going to happen, but is going to have a rough time.
Seems to have something out for Porum there.
And piggies don't care. Piggies are still going to hit with bow and arrow.
I think it's more just making sure the piggy doesn't accidentally get taken out here. As you know, while 1900 hit points on your Porum is nice, what if you could have your Porum have over 2000 hit points?
I do enjoy just picking Tella up and then knocking him right back down.
I'm thinking that Sorbius Blaze was definitely thinking, I really kind of want to get this piggy status off of my Porum, but wait, Edge is being way too efficient at murdering this Dark Elf, so whoops.
And only finding more gear, which is great and all, but not the Twin Harp.
No, not at all. I mean, that White Lance, not bad here, is gonna allow Kane to pick up a shield here and much more of a hit rate. Level 57 on that game, by the way. But yeah, again, not what we're looking for. As Sorbius does begin the LST dive as well here. And we get a... Oh, look. Not weak to white spears for whatever reason here, but yeah.
Yeah, this always confused me because you're not weak to the holy element, but you're weak to the crystal sword element.
Yeah, that one always did, and I remember it always being explained, and yet not. Apparently, the White Lance is just not holy enough, I guess.
Is technically floating, so does still take quite a bit of damage just from the fact that Mylon is obviously floating above the ground.
This is true here. As Porum even gets on the fun by dropping a Cure 4 in for 5 grand as well. So anyway, Mylon Z, we really didn't care about Mylon Z, and just another stick. Silent Stick and Life Sticks, both down here in the bottom of the LST. Sorbius is in hot pursuit here, is heading to the Crystal Sword altar, but again, where in the world is this Twin Harp?
And we see the return of Mylon Z in the elements fight here. And minor technical difficulties.
Just minor. Again, just looking at that, I would very much assume to say that that Elements is unlikely to give Blaze any trouble there, as we do see Sorbius just starting up the Dr. Luge fight here, is going to get that objective done. Is a little bit behind on the moon here, but again, the major thing is still does need to go back to the blue planet and launch the Falcon at one point in time here. So we're going to look into this and see if we get Blaze up here as soon as we can.
And meanwhile, Sorbius easily taking out that first form of Dr. Luggage. Doesn't have to deal with Belknap Z and any of that.
I mean, I like the design and all, but
And little known fact for newer runners, you cannot actually berserk somebody who is poisoned, which is why Sorbius, very heads up play, throwing that heal potion on that edge so we can get him zerked up.
yep, there is a status priority, and Berserk is very low on it, unfortunately. So it's just like doing the whole thing with paralysis, which is also very low on it, which is why we can get around things like with like things like Piggy and other such things. So we're gonna see if we can get. It does unfortunately look like we've got a little bit bigger of a problem with Blaze. We do again tell our runners here that even if the connection does go down, should still be local recording. We'll let you know when anything happens, when we get any kind of news here. We're really hoping it wasn't a power issue. So we'll let you know if when we know anything here. Meanwhile, we do know that there's a Twin Harp up here, and we do know that it is either at that Ogopogo spot, at the Murasame spot, or it's back in K Value. Where do you think it is?
I mean, K Value would be the trolliest location because with this objective set, that is going to be the very last place you go. But on the bright side for Sorbius, if that's the case, that's just more XP to feed to that tiny murder child who would really like to get to Cure 4.
Yep, very much so. At the very least, Cure 4, yeah, as much hit points as you can get on it. Dark Elf does... I can't remember if Dark Elf actually splits the XP at all. I don't think so, or that much at the very least. So we're just gonna go through this again. With the levels and equipment, especially that adamant armor on Edge, not really worried at any part of this here, so we're just kind of going through this as we... Yeah, I thought Dark Elf did have a small amount of XP loss, so thank you for that, Antidale.
Today I learned.
Yeah, one you might not figure, like, Golbez has a little bit, but I'm pretty sure part of that's on the Shadow Dragon, elements, obviously, dolls, and, meanwhile, we got piggies everywhere, but unfortunately, as has been fairly well documented, Dark Elf, upon me change here, does me change right out of the boss bit here, so we do see the Hourglass coming up, and one last shot over to Edge, but otherwise we've got free here, so again, we have Edge just living his best life and taking down the Dark Elf here.
And sometimes Edge just wants to be angry, and so usually that's 200,000. That was 17 and change. That's a 15% loss.
Too bad here. So yeah, we apparently have a little bit of word here that we do have Blaze's stream possibly coming back up. We're not sure if it's going to come in before we finish because the 15-minute delay is still on, but apparently it is back in the timer here as I understand it. So the good news is Blaze is still running, and that we should get a completion out of here despite some technical difficulties here. So we'll bring you any news here as we know it, but we're just gonna keep an eye on Sorbius here. Again, not too far away. Just kind of see if he can do a little bit of catch up that we know of here. But yeah, again, gotta see the Smile on Z. Doesn't have the white spear, but again, it's Smile on Z.
Yeah, Mylon Z, Edge, and Dang, they're gonna take him out. I love to see Yang just putting out silly numbers.
Oh yeah, it's really nice here to yeah, I was kind of wondering here because we did have the Edge and that did seem to be driving our offense here, but the question is, especially as Yang does get into the higher hit point numbers here, of just how much more damage that Yang will output at this point as opposed to that Kane. Didn't really see it with Mylon Z just because Kane was hitting a weakness there, but you would have seen it going forward here.
Well, and with a double Cat Claw, that's probably the best that Yang can have.
Yep, does get the silent stick, says that's not what I was looking for here, and is heading straight to the Ogopogo altar here. To again, we did see the elements here right before Blaze's stream got cut, unfortunately, so we're gonna see just what we were waiting on here. That Porum is level 47, so any one level here, which again this spot does give about 120k and change, would get that Cure 4 here.
And looks like trying to decide who do I want to put stuff on. Is thinking about throwing that white spear.
I mean, why not, I guess? Oh, could just be sitting on, again, that we did say Rubicant is a little scary in this because this spot does have a ton of magic power. So yeah, it's just sitting on it saying, what if I were just, Rubicant were to spawn and I was just gonna throw a spear in his face because I don't want to deal with the Fire 2, Fire 3 glare combo here.
Very heads up play, because yes, Rubicant at this spot is miserable in any form of Rubicant.
As opposed to Valvolus, who, unfortunately, given how the coding works, ends up inheriting a pile of weaknesses, unfortunately, and it's just not good for her at the end of this marathon here.
Well, better that she absorb or get that pile of weaknesses rather than something like her normal defense.
I mean, we really hope she didn't, because back in the vanilla, I believe at that point Kane was still taking a, we'll say a quote-unquote sabbatical from the team here. So, Stardust Rod, so we do know that Go Mode was not down there, so we are 50-50 from having a 28 out of 28 here.
Yep, we'll see if it's here at the very top, or if K Value was actually living up to its namesake.
I mean, I always loved that. As a wise man once said, there is always value in the Muhammad stand, and that's one shout out to One Rivers of Macau. We miss you, and but you're doing your best things. So yeah, I'm just giving one of the old guard a big shout out there. So, but yeah, I mean, I just wanted, just because I just like K Value having actual value.
And here are the D-Lunars. They're kind of rude.
They've taken vacation a little bit away from where they were there. The question is how we're going to deal with it here, as I think we're just trying to get back to Gear 4 real fast here, because those were some rather spicy fires there. Oh no, there's Forum going down and a reset. And gonna be running back down here very momentarily. Is gonna, just gonna heal up the rest of the party here. We do kind of, as runners, just sometimes get a little too anxious, get a little too into the run there, that we will run into boss slots like that with half health here. So yeah, there is that.
Yep, but D-Lunars, I'm actually not sure what the magic power is at this spot. It's not the magic power of, say, some nastier places, I know that.
It's been a while since I've seen the magic power at this spot, to be completely honest. This is the Pale Dim spot. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of counter slows coming out here. So as it is, I would, with how Edge is with the adamant armor, I'm not really worried, or too worried about. I probably would just chug a couple Bacchus wine and see where things go, honestly. I'd say the only other thing... Oh, Forum needs some MP here and is going to drink the Elixir 4. I'd say the other thing you could possibly set up for is just go for Lunar Frogs at this point. There should be enough time here for Forum, because I'm pretty sure we're out of Star Veils. Just to go for that wall spell, it is going for that wall. Okay, so Lunar Frogs looks like it is on the table here.
Yep, even if you don't end up needing the frogs, just having that safety. You don't want your white mage confused, toted, minied, whatever other status effects happen to affect her.
All the above, yes. Now, one thing I will say, I did see the wall come up on the second. You really kind of want and it only came up on one, and you'll see the other thing here, that if you only do get one frog, do make sure you do swing at the frogged one, because that will be the one that comes up with, that will be the one that casts wall. Okay, so Virus is doing about 1,000 here, so yeah, always make sure if you only get one frog, and that's why I like throwing up multiple walls, just to see if you might just, get away with getting them both there. But again, yeah, just make sure you do hit the frog if only one of them gets, so then the wall will fail and they'll just virus themselves.
Well, and there's the pass, which is a good thing because you kind of want that if you have to go back to the Earth. Although I think at this point we were, well, no.
I mean, we're Xing it out, but I mean, we do still have to get the Twin Harp, which we know is in K value, which means congratulations. We're not so much. I mean, we are, this is 28 out of 28 now.
And because we have to do Twin Harp and Twin Harp has to have the spoon, this will be a 17 out of 17.
Yep, Spoon and Magnus, and we have seen everything. We have got the grand tour here.
I do wonder who is hiding down here in Cave Bahamut, if it is that nasty Mom Bomb, or if Mom Bomb's up on the giant, and this is something a little more mild, like Water Hag, who will also hit like a truck.
We did, Water Hag is still out there, yes. Man, I've just not been paying attention here at that time here, although I do believe we're actually going to be getting an announcement here about the status of this race real soon with that ping here.
Hello?
Hello!
Hi, Scala.
Hi everybody. I have to do the thing. If you are hearing me coming into a race, then you know that I am doing an admin thing. So, let me kind of let everyone know what is happening. So what happened with Blaze's stream is that, as you all kind of know, it went down right around about the 136 mark. Unfortunately, it was not able to come back up again. However, Blaze does have his full local recording of the match, including his finish at Zeromus. So, what's going to be kind of happening is that once this stream is done, we're going to go through, we're going to review the footage, make sure that everything's all there, and that everything lines up. And we'll get sort of Blaze in here to kind of like explain as well his thoughts on the matter. But I wanted to kind of let people know that the time that's put up on screen right now, that is the race bot time that we have. I'm going to be going through afterwards and verifying that. Obviously, we're, a little sorry that we didn't get a chance to show you all that wonderful footage. I'm sure, Blaze, you did an excellent job, didn't you?
Yeah. Do you want me to, 15 minutes or so of the seed? I'm assuming that's when it crapped out, because my OBS crashed, as I was killing Z, so...
Just so folks know, this is basically, tentatively, this is, how everything's going to stand. We're going to go back, through, review everything, and, more than likely, I'm going to be making a announcement in the Discord, in the announcements channel. And you all know that I usually only do that if I have to, especially for a case like this. And when we do the VOD posting of this on YouTube, if you are someone who's watching us later on YouTube, hi, hello, we love you, YouTube viewers. I'm also going to be including a link in the channel description, in the video description, for Blaze's local recording, because they were kind enough to upload it to YouTube for us. So we're going to make sure that everything is on the up and up and all that kind of good stuff.
It'll be on YouTube by the time this interview's done, so if anybody wants to, Scala's gonna review everything, but yeah. You know what it was? It was Tonberry Mist. Tonberry Mist knifed my OBS.
Oh
so-
no, Tonberry, no!
I know, it was awful.
That everyone's grudge will get you every time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that the Tonberry had a grudge against your internet.
But Tawberries are friends.
They are not friends. Tonberries are absolutely not friends.
Okay, they're friends in Final Fantasy XIV.
Okay.
But I love Tawberries as an agent of chaos. But while we have you here, Blaze,
Yeah.
tentative GGs.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
That was a really fun seed. I don't know if you want to ask me any questions about it.
Yeah, kind of how'd you feel? You did quite a nice egg grind with those 10 key items.
Yeah, that definitely worked out well, and I feel like I got very lucky then when I got to the top of the tower and the wyvern was there, because that fight is not fun. And I was able to kind of get through because I had the levels, basically, and if I hadn't done the grind, I would have almost certainly had to come back later. And it wasn't a required fight. I think it was the pink tail, but it was very nice to have that key item for when I found the hook later on.
And I'm going to interrupt you for just a second because we do have music.
Excellent.
And that is music all finished up. My apologies if you want to continue.
Sorry, I muted myself so I didn't accidentally talk over music. Music was also really good.
Yeah, that was... My fingers felt exhausted just listening to that.
Yeah, and it raised the tension for sure with the Final Fantasy 1 when I had just gotten done 28 out of 28ing the seed and knowing that I might be in a foot race to Z, so...
Oh, did he just leave without picking up the item?
Oh no.
Yeah, he did.
I've done that.
And just to kind of let everyone know, I believe should be right around this spot, roughly, is just so that way everyone's kind of informed. Sorbius does forfeit this match.
Well, Sorbius still played an excellent race.
Yes.
Did a wonderful job. And no shame, we've all forgotten that key item somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking in the race room after the forfeit about that wyvern too, and I know that he got stuck on that wyvern for a really long time, and I was playing a seed earlier this week where I got walled by a wyvern at that exact same spot, so I could absolutely relate. And yeah, like I said, I'm really fortunate that I did my grind before I did that, because it completely changed the way that seed played the rest of the way.
It really did, because that wyvern, that was kind of the tale of two seeds here, as Sorbius did eventually get through that, but did not take the grind, and it was keeping a drain sphere crystering cane down his anchor there, and unfortunately I believe had to come back multiple times just because wyvern kept targeting Porum with the nuke while trying to keep Edge up and zerking there, and the Young really hadn't done much leveling at that point, had only taken like 1 or 2 sirens. So again, as you said, what you learned in practice there is that siren grind was probably most of the, because you two were kind of in lockstep up to that point. Maybe not an exact, check for check, but that was the point in time where I think you just took the lead and just never let it go at that point.
Yeah, I was really happy with my team again, and this was actually really similar to our first seed, which I know wasn't restreamed, but our first seed had a required Valvalis, I believe, at the king spot, because it was an objective, and so it played out very similarly to this seed, which also had a very nightmare fight in the king spot right next to an objective, so you didn't really want to leave it. So I kind of knew that I wanted to power the team up and get through that spot, which was the D-Mist in this one, and just make sure that I got that done before anything else. And then it just happened to be the Darkness Crystal, so I was kind of planning my entire seed around getting through that D-Mist if I had to. So yeah.
Well, and you never know with these seeds, if that last key item had have been on the Earth, you don't get all those extra levels from the moon. So then you've got to go and grind afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. And if the Darkness Crystal is through that D-Mist, you don't even get the chance to do like a D-Machine grind or anything like that. So I felt pretty comfortable stealing the Sirens and just doing my grind there when I hit 10 key items. So it was nice. Once kind of got underground, things really did start to open up. And I knew Kane with that Rune Axe was going to be good against that required Asura too, so I didn't really mind carting him around for a little longer than I might normally want to in a seed like that too.
Well, and so pending review, this does put you to the round of 16. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I know the finish kind of put a little bit of a damper on things for everybody, so I feel really bad about that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to be moving on. Loof is someone who has beaten me. I believe in ZZ4, Loof beat me. I'd have to, or maybe it was ZZ3. I'd have to go back and look, but Loof has beaten me in recent memory, and his playstyle is very challenging for someone who likes to play a little more methodically like I do. Plumerionite is also extremely good, very, very knowledgeable, so either of them is going to be a very formidable opponent, and I'm kind of curious to see who comes out of their game 3, which I believe is on Sunday, but I don't remember for sure.
It is indeed on Sunday.
Sunday. Definitely check that one out.
Here.
Like check out all races, but yes, definitely one that you're a little more into. And again, unofficially, I will offer congratulations just as well there. But again, it was a great race, and again, my heart goes out to Sorbius a little bit for that wyvern there. But again, that was a well-run race by the both of you. So we don't like how it ended just because that, but I mean, you earned it. So again, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And GG's to Sorbius as well. I'm really happy to see him and some of the other folks who have kind of broken through and made the bracket. And he was in a really difficult group, kind of like I was, had to come through the play-in match against Y2 Sky, which was a really good match. Also, shout-outs to Kyrios from my group, Go Team Ninja Shirt. We got both of our first and second place folks through to the round of 16, so GG's to Kyrios.
Well, part of my murder group my murder bracket got through. Cough, Night Do Cough.
I did notice that commentary pairing. That was interesting.
I was having a little bit of fun. Spoilers: I was the person who organized this broadcast team.
I love the Rivals commentary team. It's always a good time. So
well, also. Naidu and Ali are just fantastic commentators, and I'm always happy to put on some of our wonderful commentators. I thought they would be fun. And
Oh,
then
absolutely.
y'all tore it up. Y'all inspired us to have to apparently go write a song parody.
Y'all write it, I'll sing it.
Yeah, say you get it there. We will totally do that duet right there. If we get some lyrics. I'll go on right now. We'll totally do it.
Well, you two are two of my absolute favorite commentators, so I'm really looking forward to watching it back. And again, I feel really bad about the ending. Thank you, Warlink, for clicking all the buttons for me, and Firebird for restreaming as well. Everything went good on your end. It was just me this time, so.
OBS does things that we wish did not happen, but again, the technology fails us when we need it the most sometimes. But that's no reason for that. And again, GG's there. And do you have any other thoughts on the scene?
No, it's just nice to get through. I didn't want to have to do a game 3 right away in round 1, and Sorbius is just, if it was the right kind of seed and he played really well, I definitely could lose very easily. So it's nice just to sort of be able to take the rest of the weekend and relax now and kind of get ready for another week, because these tournaments do get to be a little bit of a grind the deeper you get in. So got to stay fresh, got to stay focused.
Well, thanks so much for joining us in the booth. We really appreciate it, and we hope to see more of you soon.
Thanks. Have a good night, everybody.
I'll also go start doing my reviews. Thank you all to our wonderful restream team, Ali, Nightdew, FBL, and Warlink. Y'all also chat. Y'all have yourselves a good evening as well.
And I believe that was it. A big thanks to Scalo Kitty for picking that up as well. The admin team is there for that, but we thank them very much the same for being available for that. But other than a duet that we need to be planning, I believe there is somewhere we were going after this point, aren't we?
Yes, we are heading off to Free Enterprise 2 for the match between Gale Swift and Judge Joe. They're about an hour in, and we're going to send you, remember, no spoilers. Just tell them, hey, it was a great match. And yeah, you should check it out.
Again, one last shout out to our restream team, Warlink and Firebird Lover for again doing tracking and restream, and just a big thanks to everybody who's running, everybody who's doing this, have a good night, everybody.
Thanks so much. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you next time.